And a good Monday morning to everyone. If I get it all out right. It's 68 now as we wait for high to reach 90. Now, there is a chance of some severe weather late this afternoon. 30% chance, but as we look at this, we could see some of this, like that little pop-up storm that rolled through the area late yesterday afternoon. So we'll watch it closely. We'll get into that and show you here in just a moment as we begin this Monday morning. And there is so much to talk about today. So many local things have gone on. As I discovered just a little bit ago, I had several people that noticed MPD out busy in the wee hours of the morning with ambulances. And yes, someone else was shot last night as we done further investigation into that this morning. We'll tell you all of that. Several shootings, one person dead. That's what happened over the weekend. And it's a lot to talk about, so don't rush off. We're going to fill you in on all the details of what happened. Lots of stuff going on. We started off Friday the 13th, as we mentioned when we were live during the morning show, of a leak. So this is going to affect you today if you were going still to go buy your car tag. To our knowledge, everything is still shut down this morning at the Lauderdale County Tax Collector's Office as we look at the damage here of inside the office. Now, you can visit us on sammedia.network and find this link here if you've got to have your car tag. If you'll click right there, you can pay your land taxes, garbage fees, all of that online and avoid the wait. But you can also wait in a day or so. They'll have everything back to normal. As soon as that happens, we'll pass that information along to you. Don't forget, this past Saturday, I didn't make it out. I had every intention of going and got tied up. It was Hazardous Waste Day at the Lauderdale County Agri Center as they picked up batteries and things of that nature. And like I said, I meant to make it out, but I didn't quite get there. As we moved on through Friday the 13th, well, we had another boo-boo there. We had several boo-boos there of a main gas line that was hitting near their Kentucky Fried Chicken. Then we had the 18-wheeler wreck. It was a quite a day there. Now, as nighttime fell, as the weekend came about, we'll start here in the beginning of what went on. If you've kept up with everything across the page, we had our very first shooting on 34th Street and Highland Avenue. Someone was shot in the leg as we pulled this up. Again, this was late Friday night as we go here. That's 34th Street and Highland Avenue right there. As we look around here, that was our first one. Non-life threatening, but still someone shot in the leg here in the Meridian area. We would move on. A couple hours later, we would get another call. So the second person was shot in the Meridian area. As we go back to that. This time would be in the chest. Made it. Survived. This was on Valley Street, the 3100 block of Valley Street. Here's 8th Street. This would be due south of there. And again, right along in here, we've seen a lot of activity over the last 6-7 months in that area there, but a person would be shot. They lived. I think they're in stable condition at this point. We would make it one more night into Saturday night and 4 a.m. It was actually Sunday morning, wasn't it? This time, the person would not be so lucky. We pass along condolences to the family, number one, of anybody that loses their life in any shape, form, or way for there's no other way to word it than nonsense. And it did happen here in the Meridian areas. We pull this up. Let's show you where all of this went down. One person was murdered. There's no other way to candy coat this and make this sound good, is it? It's not. As we turn to this, the overnight, a black male was shot multiple times in his truck. It happened right around 3:30 near Eastern Gardens. There's a nightclub near there. His truck was parked across from there. Gunshots rang out, and he was found with gunshots, multiple shots. The Meridian Police Department is still investigating. If you know of something, please contact them. They would like to know. He was pronounced deceased at the scene. You can contact the Meridian Police Department at 485-1893, or you can contact Crime Stoppers at 855-485-8477. And yes, there's a lot of times that people hear things, see things, and that leads to arrest sometimes. So if you know something, say a little something. It may not mean much to you, but it could be the missing piece that is missing in the puzzle that the Meridian Police Department is needing to solve that crime. And as I said last night, well, no different. As we wake up this morning, we've got one more person shot. And boy, this area is going to sound familiar. It's happened a lot in that area lately as we start to see that Highway 19 stretch as you get off the interstate, Airport Boulevard, whatever you want to call this area, Airport Boulevard, Highway 11 and 80, or Highway 19. It's got 3 different names. Let's pull this up where you can see this. Let's go to our page this morning. And here we go. One person shot. As we know where the Exxon gas station is, right here. This is where the murder happened a few weeks ago. Just north of there, directly across at the tire shop, we had someone shot at a few weeks back. They shot from the Trustmark Bank side. Didn't hit anybody. It was bad. Then we moved down here. A car was shot up here. Now we have someone else that is, this is how it turns out, what I'm being told. Meridian Police Department investigating this. Shot back in this area right here behind the same place, the murder. He managed to make it across the street here to 5th Street. This is that Title Cash Loan area. You have a gas station on the corner here, Mid-South Welding here. I think this is a tobacco store. He made it to the parking lot here, stumbled there, and that's where he was found. Shot in the neck. And from what I understand, it was a small caliber pistol that struck the man. Doesn't matter. He was still shot, wasn't he? I think he's going to make it. Whether you make it or not, being shot is not anything good. And this happening here in our little small town as we wake up each day to a little something different, isn't it? But that's the lowdown from overnight at this point. Now, we may have new developments as the sun comes up and we get more information on this as it comes about. But I urge each and every one of you that are watching me, whatever neighborhood is, this could happen absolutely anywhere. Now, are we seeing areas that have it more? But yes, that can expand. Be aware of your surroundings. Most of these, and now let me back that up. I was supposed to say most of this stuff happens overnight. It's not always overnight. A lot of this is happening in broad daylight, so let me just take that back. This one happened overnight. I'll word it that way. Know your surroundings. Pay attention. We all get so caught up in returning a phone call after we walk out of a store, not paying attention, thinking about what we're going to cook for supper. Watch the parking lots. If something looks odd, an argument, get to your car, get out of there. That's how most of these. Now, are all of these or most of these targeted places? Yes. Everyone that's been shot, I would go as far as to say the victim, they knew who they were going to shoot. The suspects knew who they were after. This was not random, just drive by and shoot at anybody. These are people that were sought out and shot in most cases. So don't get caught up in an argument by not paying attention is where I'm going with that story. Can this lead to bigger things? Absolutely. We all know it can. We're watching this closely, and we try to give you the absolute latest and honest information that we know from the area. We can't do it without you. Numerous reports from the public is how we get our information. I can't thank y'all enough. You can inbox us or email us if you see something. That gives us a tip to go on to find out more about it, to give you the latest news. That's where we are on shootings this morning. So that's 1, 2, 3, that's 4 shot with 1 dead over the weekend. Pretty serious for a town city limits of 39,000. And yet again, we still wait to hear from our elected officials. I hadn't heard anything. I doubt you have either. If you do, let me know. More serious and more serious. Watch these areas there. Coming up, we've got more. We'll talk on some lighter subjects next of things that went on over the weekend. Try to break that up. That's just the worst of the worst that we delivered to you first of what we know. We'll talk about some other things that happened this weekend that weren't quite as bad. Some good things. Y'all stay close. We'll discuss that. The Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville is passing along these great savings this week. Fresh yellow corn, 3-year package, $2.29. Ripe tomatoes, a 4-pack, $1.99. Mississippi sweet potatoes, 69 cents a pound. Heinz Easy Squeeze Ketchup, 20-ounce, 2 for $4. Coca-Cola products, 12-pack, 12-ounce cans, 2 for $11. And New York Strip Family Pack, $10.99 a pound.
And we're down home, down the street, Piggly Wiggly.
Well, downtown Meridian was the place to be this weekend, as so many things went on. I had a chance to go down and hang out, and this was a lot of fun. If you have never seen the Clydesdale, as we go back here, and let's pull this up here and just show you just a glimpse of just how beautiful these horses are as they made it to Meridian. This is 8th Street near the Temple Theater as they come walking by. Absolutely gorgeous. There's no other way to word that, of beautiful horses as they made their way through downtown, and a lot of people had a chance to go out and see them. So I hope you enjoyed it. Following right behind them, Mr. Ken Rainey. Got to see him riding in the convertible wave, and hope you did too. As we look at other things, this was the next big thing that I started getting a lot of comments on. Highway 19 North, just outside of Collinsville. Is everybody aware of this? Let's look at the scene of this. Fire broke out. This was huge as we look at this. The home was destroyed. There was no way to save it as the volunteer fire departments arrived. It was massive. It could be seen for miles. Again, this was Highway 19 on the outskirts of town. The home was a total loss. Now, no one was hurt, thank heavens. That turned out to be the good news out of the bad news, so to speak, there. It's nothing but rubble. I've received a lot of calls on that and a lot of pictures of that. You can visit that also, sammedia.network. We've got those pictures there, or on the Facebook page, whichever way you prefer to take a look. Also, as we got ready for the 3-Foot Festival, did y'all make it down for that? That was Saturday. As we take a look here, the Radio Flyer. Maybe you had a chance to ride in that. Numerous people there. The car show downtown. As we look at this, the streets were filled. It was a lot of fun for downtown. Hope you had a chance to check all that out over the weekend. Then, Sunday morning, how about our Newton audience? Traffic was held up just past the Newton exit there. As we go here, this was going to be at the mile marker 107 as we pulled this up. The Mississippi Highway Patrol had to respond to a wreck that happened. And as we go there, this is what happened. He struck the bridge. Now, do we not know at this point what caused the accident? But as you can see, it wrapped around that pole of that. It was down to one lane of traffic there on I-20. This was early yesterday morning. He was hauling rolls of cardboard of what they do to put packages. He was delivering that. No word yet as they still investigate what caused that accident. The driver was okay is the good news out of that. Now, the next thing that we go back to Meridian. This is a habit I think each and every one of us have, is when you get out, you get off from work, you run back from a store, you get out of your car, you walk in, you don't think anything about it. And we've all been guilty of leaving our car door open. Sometimes you leave things in there you shouldn't, because why? It's your car. You wouldn't think that somebody would take it, but this is increasingly becoming a problem in the Meridian area, and we're going to call it the bicycle bandit. He's riding a bicycle, riding around through neighborhoods, checking car doors for open cars. Now, will he probably escalate to where he busts doors open with glasses? Yeah. Let's go to Sam Media and we look at this. This is the areas of 42nd and 9th Street. Numerous cars were broken into. It's a male subject on a bicycle doing this. He's quiet, so you never hear a car. He just kind of eases up on the bicycle. And as you'll see here, I've got the video on Sam Media. I was sent into this. This is him with a backpack. They tried to zoom in on this, checking vehicles that were open. This one happened to be locked. He walked right across the street and took everything out of another car. Again, that's 9th Avenue, 45th Street. That's where that happened. But he's all over town. He's pretty slick. It's a bicycle. You'd be shocked behind the scenes of just how many things happen on bicycles now. Well, they can't afford gas, and it's quieter, easier to hide. Lock your doors to your cars. Not saying that it was not long ago a guy had left his wallet. I've done it before. I've quit doing it to where you put your wallet in your console because it was too much for your pockets. Y'all know what I mean? Don't make that mistake. We go to Neshoba County to where it's zero tolerance for drugs. We've had 2 incidents go on in Neshoba County in the last little bit as they made a traffic stop upon further investigation. Yep, drugs were involved. As we go back here, the Neshoba County Sheriff's Department made an arrest, or narcotics arrest. David Monroe Price was arrested in Philadelphia, faces 4 counts of possession with intent to distribute, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. He was also served 2 warrants for sale of controlled substances. They conducted the traffic stop and a pickup truck there and found all of that. Led to the search of the vehicle. 77-year-old Monroe Price arrested. Again, zero tolerance. They don't want drugs in Neshoba County at all. I also spoke with Eric Clark yesterday afternoon. Another arrest happened in Neshoba County. As we dig deeper into this story, is there probably more to this than we know? Possibly. But imagine yourself, and I want you to paint a picture here. You're on your tractor, you're bush hogging, and the next thing you know, you're getting riddled with pellets. Someone's shooting at you with a shotgun. It happened. The gentleman was bush hogging, got shot several times. He managed to get back to his truck and drove home, and his wife got him to the emergency room. As we get into this, more charges possibly could come out of this as we dig more into this as deputies investigate this. They've made an arrest. They have arrested Justin Hagan. And we'll just read the press release of what happened here in Neshoba County. On Saturday, the Neshoba County Sheriff's Office arrested Justin Hagan in southern Neshoba County. Deputies were dispatched to a shooting call, 1091 County Road 307 in Union, around 5 p.m. The initial caller stated that her husband had been shot while he was bush hogging, land clearing, however you want to do it there on their land. He was riding his tractor when he was riddled with pellets from a nearby shotgun blast. The shooter was concealed in a wood line. The victim fled the area and managed to drive himself home. She called 911 and law enforcement brought medical attention. The Neshoba County Sheriff's officers responded to the area and secured it to where the EMS drivers could get in and pick him up. The victim was transported to Anderson's Hospital. He was treated and later released. Deputies gathered enough information that led them to the next-door neighbor, home of Justin Hagan. He was apprehended without incident. He possessed a number of weapons, including a Remington Model 1100. Evidence was collected at the home and the woodlot and incriminated him. He's been placed under arrest and transported to the Neshoba County Detention Center. He's currently being held there and awaiting an initial appearance before a judge. Wow. Innocent until proven guilty. But evidence has led the Neshoba County Sheriff's Department to make an arrest. We'll follow this also and let you know what becomes of that. Neshoba County. Who's been bush hogging before? Lord, you'd never expect that, would you? As we look at a few things around the state, as we look at some of these headlines here, a Pearl woman, this is probably the worst story I could deliver to you. Have y'all seen this, of the charges being upgraded in Pearl, where the mother has killed her child, 8-month-old, slammed it on the concrete? I wish I could paint that in a different picture and make it sound better, but there's no other way to do it. Horrible. Charge has been upgraded now to murder on her. How anyone could harm a child. Brandon, and this goes for y'all also, if you're building a home, watch what you've got, especially as the home starts to progress and being built. Brandon, they made an arrest of people stealing appliances out of new homes that were being built. Of course, there's no one there. They got, what was it? They got them, security footage. Make sure to install those cameras, and it gets the bad guy when they least expect it. We go to Yazoo, Mississippi. We actually go down to Jerry Clower Boulevard, as they were shocking how this could happen, but they were repaving the parking lot, pavers were, and they got harassed by people in the neighborhood that didn't agree with the way money was being spent in the town. They had to stop work. It got so bad. They're going to reschedule that paving to later on after things calm down. Have mercy. As we get ready toward the weekend, as we get ready for Memorial Weekend, remember this, and it's going to be a lot of law enforcement out. Do not drink and drive. And the next thing is there's so many people that's going to be hitting the water from boats, swimming. Make absolutely sure not to drink and operate a boat. I was going to say driving. I guess it's the same thing as driving. But each year it's just not, it's been one of those things that, well, I'm on a boat. That's not driving a vehicle. The law enforcement doesn't look at it that way. Let somebody else operate the boat. We don't want anybody hurt during this weekend that is going to be coming up before long. Let's see here. Yazoo, Mississippi, also back in the news. Teenagers broke into a dealership, stole a bunch of car keys, and broke up a few things. They've been arrested. Why were they out so late? I don't know. The inmate who in Tunica County, which is in the northern part of Mississippi, had an inmate escape. Dark Horse Press released a statement that he's been recaptured. Whew. I was going to show his picture, but I think I'll just lay off of that. The things that go on in the middle of the night. Also, a Mississippi man who reportedly killed a man over mistaken identity because he thought his girlfriend was being threatened by the guy. Well, he's being sentenced to prison. The things that people argue over and shoot people over. He'll spend the rest of his life in prison because he thought the guy was a threat to his girlfriend. Now anybody can talk to his girlfriend because he's not there. A pastor, the Mississippi Supreme Court refused to review the conviction of a 2020 former pastor, the Reverend Troy Anthony Piccogli. I'm probably pronouncing his name wrong there. He's 52 years old. He was charged with raping a 14-year-old. Mississippi Supreme Court wouldn't hear it. He's off to prison. Rightly so, where he deserves. We're going to do weather next. Y'all stay close. Don't rush off. We'll learn something. Possibility of some severe weather this afternoon. Look at all these headlines locally. We got a big show coming up at 8 also, as we remind you, on the way. Y'all stay close. We'll be right back.
H&H Residential of Meridian is your #1 carpet and flooring store. If you've been thinking of a new look for your home or office, call for a free estimate or consultation. H&H can install or you can do it yourself. H&H has all of your design needs from color, style, and texture. If you can dream it, H&H can make it a reality. Come see the large selection of hardwood flooring, laminate, vinyl, and even carpet. H&H Residential of Meridian, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, 321 Hawkins Crossing Road. Call Rosemary anytime, 601-462-9541.
As the days get hotter, Sanders Gas reminds you to get your air conditioner tuned up. Sanders Gas can repair or replace your whole unit, whichever you need. Talk to Sanders about a tankless water heater now and never run out of hot water. Find out how easy and affordable it is to cook on gas stoves. And those backyard barbecues are coming. Don't run out of gas. Get yours refilled today. Sanders Gas, since 1946, 611 26th Avenue South, 601-693-4054. Chuck and his gang also offer emergency service if your air conditioner dies. As hot as it's going to get, they can get out to you in a hurry there if you've got an emergency and yours won't work. Get yours tuned up, too. All right, let's go to radar first and take a look at everything that we've got this morning. As we pull up Meridian Honda radar, we look at this, and lo and behold, yesterday afternoon, as that rain poured down, and we loaded a lot of pictures yesterday afternoon of this rain that came through Kemper County, Noxubee County, and made its way into Lauderdale County. We do have a little bit of damage there. A tree was down at the utility near Paulette there, and that's going to be eastern Noxubee County. As this storm came through Scuba area here, it was heavy and stretched over to Geiger, Alabama, and then finally made its way into Lauderdale County. It was not as heavy, wasn't as bad as it finally reached here and then eased on out toward Alabama. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at today of the severe weather, the possibility of storms today. And we pull this up. Here's what we've got. This is a level 1. This will be late this afternoon. It stretches from Baton Rouge right through Mississippi on up in toward the Carolinas. And we zoom in on this to give you a closer look at this. This will cut right across through Decatur. It's going to be just north of you there on Highway 15 through Forest, Decatur, all of Lauderdale County, and just shy of reaching DeKalb. Now, I'm not saying that you can't get you a storm there, but we look at this, and this will cut across right there at the Damascus Fire Department, Volunteer Fire Department, reach up to where the coal plant is, and then go in just barely about a half a mile south of downtown Scuba and down on out through Geiger, Alabama, this way on toward Birmingham and those areas. So a level 1 this afternoon. Nothing too serious, but we could have some gusts mixed in with this. Also, hail would be with the storm as well. So that gives you a general idea of what we've got lined up for the afternoon there. And let's take a quick peek around the nation as we look at this. We do have some fog down near the Georgia line, Alabama line there, Florida, and the corners there. Gainesville, Florida this morning, some fog as well. Not too bad there. Showers to the east out on the coast. Asheville, North Carolina. If you're going to the mountains today, thick fog there this morning. Also, as you get into Kentucky and these areas here, a lot of fog. And showers up through here through Charleston, West Virginia, Wheeling. A lot of rain this morning. Be careful in those areas if you're there. As you go to the northern part up here, Ohio getting some showers, and across the top there. Starting to warm up in the Dakotas. We're seeing 30-degree weather. That's a heat wave for those folks. A few showers there this morning as we look at the west coast there. And as always, watch this burning out here in New Mexico in the west corner of Texas. We watch that, a heat wave. All right, let's get in deeper to the forecast and tell you what the 7-day forecast is and what the National Weather Service tells us is going to be happening.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
As we look at our record highs and record lows, it was 1962. We set that record high of 94 on this date. We look ahead to 1973 when it was cold, 45 degrees. I can remember 73. Been a while. Afternoon showers, as we'll look at this, looks to be more on the eastern side of Lauderdale County and southward into Clark County. But again, 30% chance here of some more serious weather with thunderstorms there. We do have chances of showers throughout the area. 89 in Philadelphia, Columbus, Mississippi State area about 87, and warmer to the south in Hattiesburg. As we cross that state line there, we see that, Demopolis 90 degrees, and we'll hit that as well there. Creeping up in Livingston, Alabama as well. Warm down Highway 17. Y'all be prepared for this. As we look to this, Bama also under this severe weather there. As we look at there's that line cutting across there. As we move to what's happening. Is that normal above us? Yeah, still warm in the Mississippi region, and most of East Texas still hot. Warm with that east coastline also as we look at that, as we get into our 7-day forecast now of what to expect over the next little bit. As we see today, 89 to 90 for our high, a 30% chance of an afternoon shower occurring is what we've got. Still lingering tonight, 30% chance of showers, should end by 7 o'clock. So we'll get rid of all of this and make way for a partly cloudy sky overnight with a low around 63 as we move into tomorrow. 89. The rain chances are gone, and we'll see 93 on Wednesday. Look at that, sunshine all the way through Friday. Our next chance of rain will come in on Saturday as we have a 50% chance of thunderstorms there. Also on Sunday as well. Again, we'll watch this. We're 5 days away from this event, but looks like we could have some showers interrupt our activities in the weekend. As we look another week out, we'll go all the way to May the 30th. Look at this, 85 as we bring in this forecast here. Back into the 90s by Wednesday the 25th. And as we're near June 1st, 93 there. Before long, we'll start adding the hurricane watches. We'll go to the Hurricane Center each day and track what's going on with them. June 1st is when it begins. They'll start putting this up each day here in the next few days. As we look at the best times to fish today, we'll go to Chet's Paint and Body. What happens? It looks like we'll have a major time from about 9 today to 10:17, and then again this afternoon from 1:30 till 3:30. If you can hit the water, as they always say, any day on a fishing bank is better than a day at the office. Enjoy yourself. That's a quick look at what we've got going on this morning in and around the area. We'll be back here in an hour and 1 minute. We'll go live. I hope you'll join us. We'll go back over some of the stories that we've done, discuss some more. If you've got some information, please let us know. We'll get that into it. We love public service announcements. If you've got something in your community, let us know. Candace is getting ready. She'll be here to join me to welcome you in and a great Monday morning. Again, this is already the 16th of May. Have mercy. Thank y'all for coming by and spending part of your day with me. I appreciate it. All the comments that we've got there. I didn't have a chance this morning to say as much to those, but thank y'all. I'll see you soon as we begin this day. Thanks a bunch.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners: